Caravan and motorhome manufacturer's warranty, is it any good? Now, the reason I ask this is because I've had a few comments based on my last video from talking about going to the Elders factory and the Elders email that they sent out saying that they're doing things better, saying that they wouldn't buy an Elders product because the products weren't very good, and that the warranty backup was pretty bad as well. So I wondered if that was a kind of historical thing. I'll probably find that out when I go to the factory and actually find out what the processes are and what they're doing about it. And then I got to thinking, well, how hard is it going to be to kind of shake that perception that the consumer has that the product isn't very good? I've had a few comments, one in particular that said they wanted to buy a motorhome, but were put off by the online kind of presence of other people saying how bad the warranty issues were and how bad the products were. But like I said, how long ago was that? Is that still current? And then we'll I hope to find that out from the factory and find out that it is better. But how would you get out of that? Because unfortunately, if you have a bad experience, you do go onto the websites and the email and forums and things like that and talk about it. If you had a good experience, you tend not to. So any manufacturer that does have a bad reputation, through their own fault, obviously, some of the decisions that I've seen being made doesn't make any sense. Because the thing is with warranty, from my point of view, is there are kind of two hats to it. You have a monetary hat. So when someone comes in here and asks if we will do their warranty work, and it wasn't a caravan that we sold and it's a Swift product, the first thing that happens is, oh, that's going to cost me money because of the way the system works. Because when we put it on the system, it takes us an hour to do that, and sometimes it's really frustrating, and you end up banging your head against the I don't. My wife does, ends up banging her head against the wall. Is trying to get these things through. So you've got that issue. You've got trying to find the parts, which isn't easy as well. In some cases, the way we do it is we try and find a part, can't find it, put a parts inquiry in. And to be fair, Swift are pretty good at getting back with us with the parts inquiries, but it still takes a time. You've got to stop, you've got to do it the next day and all that kind of stuff. So I have done a video on why other dealers won't do other dealers warranty work, so have a look at that. I'll put a link to it on that, so I won't go into that too much, but it is difficult to do. So your money hat kind of is on, and you think it's going to cost me money to do with all the logistics, and how much they pay and the hours they pay as well. It's never enough or as many as you need. But then I've physically said this to the customers a few times. I said, look, leave it with me. Give me an hour or something like that, and I know I'll probably think, well, actually, the money hat will come off, and then the PR hat will go on, and I'll think, well, what am I gaining from doing this warranty work? Well, generally, you gain a customer, because if you help them out, they're a customer in distress and they need your help. And if you can do it, even if it's going to cost you money, you're generally going to retain that customer because they know that you've helped them out. And not every case. And I think the perception out there in the dealerships are that everyone is just going to take the mickey and they're going to take off of you, and then they're going to go and buy somewhere else. That doesn't happen that often. So I'd say that out of 10 people, you'd retain 7 as a customer, and then out of those 7, you probably see 3 or 4 come back when they want to change the caravan or sell the caravan and get out of it. And they're going to phone you up because you're the last port of call that they had, and they're going to give you a shout. Because obviously, you're the last person in their phone book and you help them out. So they're going to give you a ring first. So then you get the ability to be able to sell the caravan or sell them a caravan or buy the caravan off them and make decent money out of it. So that's what the PR hat does, is it kind of overrides the money hat. Well, look, it's going to cost me 50 or 100 quid to do this, but historically I'm probably going to benefit out of that in the long run. And that's how I see the warranty happening with the manufacturers as well. So if you take that small scenario of me being stood here, which I know works, I've seen it work year after year after year. I have done a warranty job that's cost me money, and I have ended up selling a caravan for them or buying it off them or making decent money out of it. So if you kind of take that small scenario and make it bigger, then I think that's where the manufacturer should be with it. I think the better the warranty process is, the more customer retention you're going to get, and the more people are going to say, I'm going to buy another one of those because I didn't have an issue. Now, there is kind of a three-way thing here. You've got the warranty issue, you've got the product in the first place, and you've got the consumer. Now, the product in the first place, if that was absolutely spot on, you wouldn't have a warranty issue anyway, so it would never need to be used. But that isn't ever going to happen. Obviously, I have had issues where year after year after year, we're getting recurring issues. That shouldn't happen. I think you should have 3 years and it should be the end of the problem. And that's being generous. So if the product was really good and then the warranty wasn't needed, and that'd be great. And then you get this place where people just want to buy that product because they had a good experience with the actual product, a good experience with not having to need any warranty, and so therefore they're going to repeat buy and they're going to tell other people as well. That's kind of the best scenario. So it starts with the product, it has to be good, then the warranty process has to be good as well. And I think if that was a kind of a no quibble warranty process, that's going to help with some of the defects in the actual product itself. It's never going to be perfect. There always are going to be issues, and it's how that's dealt with is the key thing. I have also, from the manufacturer's point of view, worked out that customers range in severity of issues. I've had a customer phone me up and swearing blue murder at me and saying that their holiday was ruined and they're going to sue. I thought the caravan side had fallen off or something like that. Turned out that the spark generator hadn't worked, and so they couldn't light the hob. And this thing is where it's not fit for purpose, which really winds me up. It came out and said, well, you can get a light stick and light it. It's not the end of the world. So I've had a few customers that you get like that. Then you have other customers where I had someone saying, I've got a bit of a leak in my caravan, brought it in, and it was like Niagara Falls running down the inside of the caravan through the sunroof. I said, well, a leak? He said, oh, you'll fix it, won't you? Handed me the keys and off he went. So, he was fine with it. But you get that kind of different level of customers. Now, the thing is it doesn't matter how bad the issue is to them, it's still bad to them. Whether it's something silly like that where we go, oh crikey, come on, that isn't a problem, is it? To them, it is. And unfortunately, when you go onto forums and onto Facebook pages, you're getting one side of the story. You don't get the other side of the story. And I think that may be what has happened with Eldis. I know it's not, it hasn't been great historically. Whether that's going to be better, when I go out to the factory next month to find out what's going on. It sounds like it is already. It's going to be interesting to see whether that things have changed. And I think they have to. But they had the historical issue where that customer who's going to buy a motorhome, which is significant, didn't want to buy an Eldis product because of what they heard on the internet. Now that may not be the case anymore, but trying to kind of claw your way out of that mire and get to the point where the consumer confidence is up there is what I've been talking about. This transparency and this trust is trying to build that back up again, and it's kind of a shortcut to doing it. And that's where I think the manufacturers have to kind of change the way that they deal with the end consumer and the way that they kind of sell the product as well. Like I said, it's no good just having a glossy brochure and a fantastic website when we all know that they've got inherent problems. We need to know that those things have been fixed. And that you could then end up buying that motorhome or caravan, and you'll be happy with the product that you've got, and then the processes after that. And that's the whole thing, from the build of the caravan to the warranty process to the dealer, doing their job as well. And then that would be this holy trinity of perfectness that then you would then just want to buy that product. And that's where I think, the first manufacturer to come up and really kind of address that is going to come out the winner there, I think. So as with all these videos, this is just as much about learning from you as it is, departing my point of view. So put in the comments whether you have had issues, whether you wouldn't buy a product because what you've heard, or vice versa, where you have heard that a product might be German. We get this perception that the German products are better. Again, it's not quite right, and that their systems are better, and that you would maybe buy German because the product's better and the warranty issues are better, which again, they're not, but people just think that. So pop in the comments whether you've had a good or bad experience with warranty and what manufacturer it was. And whether it has affected your decision to buy that product again, and also tell other people not to buy that product, and what, you know, whether you think that has a knock-on effect, and also, you know, what they could do to kind of, you know, change your perception of what that manufacturer is doing with their warranty process. Yep, I think that's it. Can't think of anything else. Like, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff, and pop in the comments below what you think, so I can kind of take that on to Eldest at the factory when I go up there, and it'll be interesting to know what your views are. So pop them in the comments, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much.